Imagine for a moment being utterly alone, drifting in an endless, echoing void. Not just darkness, but an absence of sound, of touch, of memory. This was the terrifying reality of Wally West, the Flash, after the cataclysmic events of Flashpoint. He was trapped, not merely in a different dimension, but erased from the very fabric of existence, held captive within the infinite expanse of the Speed Force. For years, he fought, a whisper of a spirit, battling against the nothingness that sought to claim him entirely. His only anchor, his most potent memory, was of Linda Park, his wife, the one he loved above all others. He strained, pushing against the unseen walls of his prison, trying to reach her, to find even the faintest resonance of their connection in the altered timeline. He threw himself, every ounce of his being, towards where she should have been. And for a heartbreaking moment, a flicker, he almost felt her. But it was just a phantom. No recognition, no recall. The world, her world, had moved on without him, forgotten him. The agony of that failure, of being utterly unremembered by the one person who mattered most, threatened to extinguish the last spark of his consciousness. But Wally West was the fastest man alive, a hero defined by his indomitable spirit. With his very essence fading, his last desperate gamble wasn't for himself or for a return to a life that had forgotten him. It was for his mentor, his best friend, Barry Allen. With the last reserves of his vanishing energy, he targeted Barry, hoping that the bond between them, forged over decades of shared heroism, might be strong enough to pierce the veil. Picture this scene. Barry Allen, the Scarlet Speedster himself, is deep in thought, grappling with his own questions about the universe, about his legacy. And then a tremor. Not an earthquake, but something far more profound, an impossible ripple in reality itself. A faint, almost transparent figure coalesces before him, a man shimmering with Speed Force energy, his form indistinct, fading in and out. Barry's mind races, trying to process the impossible sight. Who was this? Why did he feel such a profound, aching familiarity? The figure was Wally, his voice a strained whisper, pleading for recognition. Barry, you have to remember. And then the floodgates opened. In a single, overwhelming torrent, decades of forgotten memories crashed into Barry's mind. Sidekick, nephew figure, confidant, friend, successor. The countless adventures, the shared laughs, the tragic losses, the profound bond that had been systematically erased by an unseen force. The sight of his beloved protege, dying before his eyes, a phantom clinging to existence by the sheer force of his love and will, was the catalyst. It was enough. Overcome with a wave of grief and fierce determination, Barry reached out. He didn't just touch Wally, he pulled. He pulled with the raw power of the Speed Force, with the desperate love of a mentor for his student, with the undeniable force of their shared history. And just like that, with a flash of brilliant light, Wally West was back. Not as a ghost, not as a memory, but solid, real, tangible. He collapsed into Barry's arms, tears streaming down both their faces. It was a reunion that transcended dimensions, a triumph of heart over the impossible. But the moment of pure, unadulterated joy was fleeting. Even as Wally clung to reality, his very presence a miracle, his eyes held a desperate urgency. He wasn't just back to say hello, he was back with a dire warning. "Someone stole our time, Barry," Wally rasped, his voice still weak, but filled with a chilling conviction. "Someone erased 10 years. There's a hidden entity, something manipulating events, twisting our history, stealing our emotional connections." This wasn't merely a character comeback. It was the explosive opening of a cosmic mystery. Wally's impossible return, his very existence, was proof that the universe had been tampered with. He was the living, breathing embodiment of what had been lost, and his fragmented memories, his horrifying experience of non-existence, painted a terrifying picture of a world diminished. The emotional impact was profound, not just for the characters, but for readers who had felt that same disconnect, that same sense of something missing from their beloved DC universe. Rebirth wasn't just a reboot, it was a reevaluation, an attempt to restore the hope, the legacy, and the vibrant emotional core that many felt had been eroded. Wally West, the forgotten hero, became the harbinger of this new era, the central figure in a sweeping narrative about memory, identity, and the very nature of reality. His warning became the driving force behind the DC Rebirth initiative, prompting Barry, and eventually the wider DC heroic community, to question everything they thought they knew about their world. Who was this hidden entity? Why had they stolen time? And what other secrets lay buried beneath the surface of a universe struggling to remember itself? Wally West's return in DC Rebirth was more than just a dramatic moment. It was the heart of an entire era. It was a powerful statement about the enduring power of connection, the resilience of memory, and the unwavering hope that even in the face of oblivion, love and friendship can pull you back from the brink. His desperate struggle, his tearful reunion with Barry, and his urgent warning laid the groundwork for a mystery that captivated millions, reminding us all that even when things feel lost, there's always a path back to what truly matters. What are your memories of DC Rebirth and Wally West's emotional return? Did it resonate with you as deeply as it did for so many others? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective on this pivotal moment in DC Comics history. And if you enjoyed this journey through a truly impossible return, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories that explore the rich tapestry of our favorite fictional worlds. Until next time, keep those memories alive.